Welcome back, everybody, to the weekend show where I'll be breaking down the big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please hit the like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. Now, if you want to go above and beyond, support the channel and get all types of daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas. Right now, the market is down, there is lots of volatility, so this is the right time to join. Definitely head over to Patreon, and that link will be below down in the description. And now let's get right into the market. We got a lot to cover. All right, so welcome back once again, guys. And yes, the market sold off, but market barely down 10%. And I see it, a lot of fear out there. And that's why I'm going to start off with this. You can see how rarely, we get into these numbers like 10, extreme fear, really oversold. And still you think this is the time to go and short, and market probably going to go down even more, which could be a possibility. But again, new money short. If you're thinking about shorting the market, I don't think that's the right approach. Now, you can see the sentiment here in the market. Once again, a lot of bearishness, almost 50%, bullishness 32%, and neutral 18%. Dow tumbles 800 points and enters correction. It is down over 10% right now. S&P posts a fifth straight losing week. So we pretty much closed near the weekly expected move to the downside. Now, when you look at the market here, Dow is down 1.73%, Nasdaq down 2.15%, S&P down 1.67%, and Russell going down 1.75%, advancing only 20%, declining 75%. But look at this here, guys. Once again, energy. Energy led the way. Now, if you guys can recall, just not even a couple months, maybe a month and a half ago, what happened with gold and silver, right? Every day gap up and go, just going and going, and people are just, oh my God, it's never gonna come down. Just have a look at SLB, GDX, or you can just go straight look at silver and gold. Um, you know, you will see what happened. So when things get overbought, they come down. And energy is the most right now that's been up for the year and just rocketing up every day. Gap up and go, or somehow it's going green. You can see week to date also was up almost 5% for the week. And then we have basic materials. Everything else just taking a massive hit. Stock market map. I'm sure nobody wants to see this, but consumer defensive, you can see green and energy. Rest, pretty much red. And the big mega cap, Google, crushed. Meta, crushed. I mean, this thing took a massive beating. I think daily RSI, we'll talk about it, it's near 20. Tesla, almost 3%. Amazon, almost 4%. Apple was green holding up, but then the way market was selling off, even Apple gave back gains and now down 1.60% on Friday. Broadcom nearly 3%, Nvidia down over 2%, Microsoft having really bad time, down once again 2.51%. With that being said, I want to share this chart from Lux Algo. This was back in April. We bottomed, and again, we're retesting that level. RSI, it's been the most oversold we have seen. And a couple more things I'll get into my charts, and you guys will see that. So I think we're going to start with Microsoft because, yes, the stock is going down. Yes, it's falling knife. But that's where, especially when you think about the long side here on Microsoft, this is the time. This is not the time to panic, and we need to talk about Microsoft. So let's get started with Microsoft, and then we'll get going with other stocks. All right, so on my screen, it's actually the monthly chart on Microsoft, and we're down 2.51%. We cannot even get a green week, a green day here on Microsoft monthly. This was a month red. This month was red. This month is red. So one, two, three, four, fifth month. And forget about fifth month. You know, these candles, just like here, they were green, right? One, two, three, four. almost five, six, right? And now we got fourth or fifth red candles on monthly scale. Now, this is where things are going to look really bad, or if we're finding and looking for opportunity, this is your time to grab it. Now, we have to go back. I mean, this is you see this red line here? This is actually the monthly 50 SMA. Here back in 2012, we kind of was consolidating. I mean, how many people were trading back then? Not too many people, right? And nobody was looking at mega caps and all that. So it was here. You can see we were just bouncing back and forth. And since then, let's say right here, right about end of 2016, this is when Microsoft actually became Microsoft. Massive, massive run to the upside. But you can see right here, March 2013. Since then, this is the red line, 50 SMA. So since 2013 of March, and this is actually a March, even back in April, we did not touch this 50 SMA. As a matter of fact, this is a 2022 bear market, guys. I'm sorry. This is 2022 bear market. Now, this is the dip on tariff last year. What's happening? We did not touch. Even here, we we just got really close, did not touch. And this is kind of really scary that you would think like, what the heck is going on? Look at this. It's sitting at 370. This is a monthly 20 SMA, so it's not gonna move quickly. And we're sitting at 356 right now. Not even at the 50 SMA. Also, if you look at my screen, this was the previous all-time high, right about, let's say, 351. This was another all-time high. These are monthly support, not holding. We're almost back down to that range right here. So is this on a monthly scale double bottom? Possibly. On a weekly scale, double bottom? Possibly. Is this the bottom? Probably not, right? But I think we're near a bottom on Microsoft. Definitely, if this is going to continue, I don't think we're gonna go down that much. At least in near short term, we could expect some sort of a bounce possibly coming here on Microsoft. So the daily time frame, you can see how oversold things are getting. I'm going to get into the oversold condition, RSI 22. And you have to go pretty far to see when was RSI 22. It was not even here, guys. Not even here. I think back in 2022 bear market, we kind of hit that and then we bottomed, right? So you want to look at the weekly, same thing. If you look at a weekly time frame, look at that RSI 25. I mean, even right here, back in April last year, it was 29. So it's very rare to see these kinds of move. Now, people are just scared right now. It does not matter how and what way I put it. Again, guys, when the market goes to all-time highs, you guys can go and watch those videos. There are a lot of bullishness out there. These people that are putting videos out on YouTube, all were just bull. And I said, I'm not going long here. People that are subscribed to my channel, people that have been watching and supporting and hitting the like button, they know exactly what I said before, that I'm not long here, and I don't think this is a good buying zone. And now we got Microsoft here, and people will say, oh, this is not the buy zone, market is crashing, what are you talking about? No, this is the time. The time is now, and the time is running out. And I think very soon you're going to see some sort of a reversal. And maybe not the absolute bottom, but if you're going to go long, I mean, there is no way to catch absolute bottom. You got to start somewhere. And if you're starting at 350, 356, I think it's great. At least from my point of view, I added more exposure to Microsoft today, and I think this is very good right here, especially at this price point, down about what, 35% almost, or more than that, right? So this is a massive, massive dip on a big name like Microsoft that's not going to, go bankrupt anytime soon. Now, I would definitely give credit where it's due to the Bears. it was really weak today. And you can see we closed near low of the day. We were not able to close the gap at 365 from yesterday's closing. And it's really bad the way you look at it. But that's when things bottom. I'm not saying just only Microsoft. When everybody's running for the door and everything is just ending and this is it, we're not going to go up ever again. When you think like that, that's when things actually stop going down and people start shorting. And that's when the market bottoms. Or a stock like Microsoft could bottom. So going into Monday's session, guys, couple of things. We did close below daily lower Bollinger Band. We did close at the weekly Bollinger Band. And when you look at the daily Bollinger Band, it's sitting at right here at 361. We have a gap at 365, and this is going to be a resistance as well, that 367 area. If we can recapture any day now, I think I'm not saying we're going back to all-time highs, but with that oversold condition and how a lot of investors are looking at it, we could see a face ripper rally on Microsoft. I mean, let's just admit that this stock, what happened here? 438 to 478. Then we had a gap down, continuation down to what? 392. From there, we went all the way back up to 423. That's a big rally. Let me just do this. Let's just put this top to this bottom right here. And let's just move this. Let's say we get some sort of a rally, next couple days. We can easily go to 390, right? That's possible. Even if you put it right here, it was pretty much a similar move, right? So 390, that's definitely possible. Is that going to happen this week, Monday? I don't know, but I think this is a really good time to go into Microsoft, especially if you're thinking about going long. So watch these levels, especially on monthly scale now, since that we're at a point where we have to look at monthly chart. Definitely that 350 zone, that's going to be a key zone support here. And you know at some point it might drop a little bit more, 340, but these are going to be big levels of support if this thing pulls back down here all the way. Right here you can see we're not holding this high, so like I said, that 366 to 67 could be a resistance here. If we can clear that, it's heading higher. Definitely on daily time scale, you can see it can definitely move up to uh, 5-day moving average, that 370-ish over that 381 possible. And when you look at hourly, look at the gap factory that we left above. So if this thing rises back up, we get some sort of a bottom formation. I think you're going to see a big rally, 15, 20, maybe even $30 within a week or so. So Microsoft definitely, keep it on your radar, watch this thing, and I think it's really good dip right now. On Apple stock is down 1.62%. So you can see even with the market being down all day, Apple actually rallied. It was up 1%. We went right back up to 255. And just the way the market actually was down, it just couldn't hold up and then gave it all back. And now it's down the other way around, over 1%. So Apple, we did fill the gap here and now not holding 249, 250. So the next stop would be pretty much right about here around 244, 243. If that does not hold, we do have support down here. And you can see the lower Bollinger Band also sitting down here. The next stop would be 241. And then we can talk about more downside come Monday. Now, if this is just some sort of a selling where market is sold off, we can definitely rally back up to 255. That breaks. We still have a gap, 259. So Apple is just not done and out. I think there is still possibility where Apple can go up to 260. So keep an eye on this stock as well. On Amazon, stock is down almost 4%. So Amazon, another one that is possibly presenting another opportunity. Last time we got really close to that gap. We did not fill. We had a bear flag. We've been talking about it. We got out of the flag, and now things are pulling back. So, do we get here Monday? Possible here. This is not something that I would go really crazy like Microsoft. But if it comes down a little bit more, I'm interested. 194, 196. Underneath that, we could be going down even more into 190s, maybe even into 187. To the upside, over 200. We're trading below the lower band. Over 200, we could see the gap fill at 207, just set up a lower high. And if it breaks over that, we could see 210.53 into even 215 on Amazon. On Google, stock is down 2.49%, so gap down. Then we had another gap down, and today was a gap down. Somehow we were able to fill that gap, not all the way up, but you can see we came back up to 279. But end of the day, lower low, a new low, and then we broke below this critical support 276. So is that all done here and we're just gonna crash? I don't think so. Anytime you see these types of moves, like even right here, what happened? Counter trend. Even right here, counter trend. Even right here, we had a little bit of move to the upside. Now, yes, head and shoulder pattern. We can possibly come back and retest the neckline, maybe fill this gap, and then possibly go down. That's a possibility. The way things are going down, it's just not gonna continue. People that are looking at it and thinking like, oh, this is the bear market, and we're just gonna go and crash immediately. I think very soon you're going to see something that people are not expecting. When everybody is bearish and looking for the exit, people that are trading for a long time, when the market down over 10%, I can't get bearish on the market. Even though the charts are looking really bad and all the news out there with Iran and US not negotiating and oil going really high, I think this war is actually not the main thing that is driving the market down. It's Strait of Hormuz. And the second thing, the main thing is oil prices, guys, energy. That is what the market is fearing because oil goes up, market comes down. So if the oil continues to rise, it's not going to be good for just United States. It's bad for everybody out there. And do you think just because we're going to war with Iran, is that what everybody wants? No. So when everybody's getting hit from this war, everyone will try to come out with a solution. And I think that's the things that is actually taking place right now. It just we don't have a clear direction. So we'll see if that news comes out over the weekend or possibly next week. If so, I don't think market is going to take Trump's taco word anymore because he tried. I think market wants to hear from Iran that yes, we have some sort of a peace deal or ceasefire, and that's gonna be the final nail in the coffin for a rally. And this is why the market just selling off and waiting for some sort of a good news. And that can come anytime. And if that comes, that would be at least short term to mid term bottom in the market. On Tesla stock is down 2.76%. So Tesla, my model, my target from that one dude that was putting out a couple of months ago, right here, going all bull, that it was going to 800. Now we're down to 350 almost, right? That's why you cannot get bullish at all-time highs. You're trying to short, okay. You're not trying to short, wait for opportunity. And opportunity now is here. But is it actually really good dip? Like it's trading within like $200 range? No, that's not happening. But I think this is really good, especially when we had this consolidation here. So anything around that 360 to even that 340 mark, this is a really good area for Tesla as long as the support holds. We did fill two gaps this week, and we left two gaps open to the upside now. So Tesla here next week, we closed right here at 361, guys, exactly at the support. If this does not hold, watch out. We could be going down even more, possibly into 348, 338, the gap. To the upside, there will be resistance at 372, 375. If we can, get over that, there is another gap at 385. So these are going to be levels to watch to the upside. On Meta, it's down 4%. And yesterday, I think it was down 7, 8%. So this is the problem here with the Meta. Yes, weekly head and shoulder pattern. I see it. We broke the neckline. That's fine. But look at the way it's going down. I mean, straight down. Last time it happened here, what happened? Boom. Then it happened again. What happened? Another rally. Uh, and then we have to go back to see anything like this. And same thing happening. I mean, this was back in 2025. It held. It held here, it held here, and then we broke. Can we come back up and retest? Absolutely, we can. Nothing goes down or up in a straight line. If it goes down, it can come back up. If it goes up, it can always come down. Now, it might not happen immediately. There is a gap at 506. I see that at 526 was the support. Right now, it's down again. So, Meta, I mean, this thing is really scary right now because of what happened with the lawsuit, or they got uh, really bad news back to back 2 days. It's taking a massive beating. But when you look at this, Meta, this stock is always volatile. It goes up crazy, goes down, up, down. Now, look at the move it made. I mean, how many red candles? So many right here, guys. Like 2 weeks of, or maybe more than that. Not even a single. Look at how many gaps we left behind. This was Thursday. Today, did we fill the gap? Absolutely not. And now trading again near a low of the day. So going into Monday's session, that 526 gives up. Watch out for that 520. Underneath that, we could be going down a bit more into 517, 518, and then there is the gap at 506, which is very unlikely that we go down there straight Monday, but nothing is impossible. If we come back up, we need to get over 530, 538, and then we can fill the gap and retrace lower Bollinger Band at 546 into 551. And these are going to be some strong levels to the upside to break and move higher. On AMD, it's down 0.87%. So it's not that bad as others, but it's still bad. Yesterday, Thursday, I took AMD puts, and this thing came down same day. You can see closing yesterday was 203. We were up here at 221. I think I got in at 219, and we gave all back. And today, this morning was a gap down, mini gap down from 203. We were not able to even close the gap, this 203 gap. Unreal, right? It was just up here, and now it's down here. So AMD, same thing like Microsoft. Is this, double top is going to play out, and we're going to fill the gap at 170? Possible. Is it going to happen next week? I don't know. I mean, this thing is just holding up here, just like Nvidia. So if we can reclaim and recapture, let's say 202, 203, fill the gap and hold, we can possibly move higher, right about 214 into the gap above. If this thing comes back, the lower end is going to be 190, has to hold. If not, it's going to fall into the gap, and we're probably going to fill the gap at 170. On Nvidia, stock is down 2.17%. So this is looking really bad here. And you can see this was the last time we broke right here back in 2025. And we reclaimed and we went to a new all-time high. Does that mean that we're going back to all-time highs? No. But back-to-back two gap down here, Nvidia. Luckily, I sold here on that rally on Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, gap down, and now Nvidia under 170. So this is going to be the next critical support here. If you look at my screen, that 166, 167, if that gives up, we could be going into the gap 160. Now this one I like. The lower it goes, I think it's fantastic. Uh, Really good, just like Microsoft, another one, but it's still not there to go like long. You can swing trade and all that, but I don't think 160 is a good area. A little bit more downside, would be fantastic. And we actually never came back on a weekly scale to retest these highs right here. So that could be a possibility like 152. So it's still like, $30, $28 away. Does that mean it's going to go there? No. I mean, Nvidia is a big market moving stock, and it's always moving. Now, to the upside, watch out. If this thing gets over 170, we can fill the gap at 171, holds, then we might push towards the 174, and then there's the gap at 176.85 on Nvidia. So this could be some upside target if you're, swinging short term here on Nvidia. So Netflix was able to stay green. It was up, I think, 1.5%, but with the market condition, it did not stay up all the way. We're still flagging inside this channel, and you can see we're just back testing. So if we can get over 94, I think game on for a move 97.3 into 100 and possibly even higher. If it comes down, watch out for that 91 as a key support. Underneath that, we could be retesting bottom of this flag, which is around 89, and there is that gap down here as well on Netflix. On Broadcom, it's down 2.82%. So you can see all the Magnificent Seven stocks are not really helping, right? Everything is down. You can see Broadcom, we had that initial bounce. And let me just take that out. And right now, if you look at my screen, Broadcom, we might be just, wedging here daily. If you look at my screen, we do have a pattern right here. So let's see if this is actually going to take place. Some sort of a bounce here over that, 37311 here. Should take us back to 324. But as of right now, things are not looking good. So this was the bottom right around 294. If that's actually taken out here on Broadcom, there is a bunch of gaps down here, and there could be more downside because there was a lot of trading overhead here, and now that we are breaking down from this overhead supply, there could be more downside, just like any other big names. When you look at Microsoft and Meta, this thing can have the same fate. But as of right now, if the market bounces, if things are gonna catch up to the upside, at least in the short term, it has to be next week. So watch out for a potential bounce. Maybe this pattern plays out here, but this one, I'm not really interested buying here, at 300. If it comes down more, especially when you look at weekly time frame, you can see, I mean, this thing is just all over the place, right? So we never actually had, yes, we had this retest and we're under. We never actually had this breakout retest, and that's going to be around 250, 249. This is where I would be, a little bit interested. But as of right now, we're just pulling in, and it's not like it's crashing. It's really oversold or anything. So Broadcom is definitely, not something I would go for a long term. But if it comes down more, I would look into it. As of right now, it's not doing much. So keep an eye on for this, channel to break. If it breaks, we have more upside. But if this thing comes down, we do have more downside on Broadcom, and we can easily come down here and retest that 249. And you can just have a look at Microsoft what happened. So never say it cannot happen. Anything can happen in this market. And let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, guys, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated. And there will be a bunch of other videos coming out come Saturday and Sunday, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm planning on making a video with software names, some of the other ones like Snow, the ETF, IGB, some of the other stocks like PNW. So those videos will be out, and if you're subscribed, if you have that bell notification, you'll get notified when those videos are posted. So make sure you do that, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Thank you so much.